Happy Tuesday. Voice is a little messed up. Cloudy, rainy, cold. Typical Seattle stuff. All right, so Endomorph life. And I really do hope my brother and my sister are watching these videos. I could care less if anyone else is watching them, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, I care, but I don't. So this is the thing. The strides went great yesterday. I feel very depleted today. I, had a successful workout. No, it seems like no injuries or no, muscle issues or anything like that. I think it's gonna be awesome to have the leg day and the strides together, because the next day I'll be resting, which is, Tuesdays and Fridays. Those pretty much will probably be the only rest days that I have. And that's only because the difficulty of the day prior to those days. I do train 2 days on and then 1 day off, which is my, my Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday off. And then I actually train Saturday, and then I do train Sunday, but I don't do weight Sunday. I do a form of body movement. So I'll either be, I won't run. That's too much. I'll walk, active rest walk, which may end up being the only day that I do walk. We'll see. Because it's questionable on whether I'm going to run on Saturdays or not. I probably will. And I'm only saying this stuff because I want you guys to see the difference. Because I'll be posting the updated physique photographs in a couple weeks. And I really want you guys to see the difference between like the last post and the next one, because it will, for the most part, be those additions of the strides, the HIIT cardio, HIIT, high intensity interval training. That will be the addition, and I know that it's going to make a big difference because I've done this many times before. Where and I mean, it's one of those things like, it was like the configuration of my body and my posture changed instantly after getting that workout done. It was like, I sat with a little better, more erect posture yesterday. I felt a little bit more like upright yesterday, because that, the strides are working your entire body. I mean, there's no getting around that. And walking, you're just kind of plodding around, I mean, because of the fact that I wear my sauna suit, the walk is a lot more difficult than what it would be without. But I mean, the walk, comparing walking to running, I mean, like today I woke up and my hamstrings, my quads, everything, my calves, everything was just tight and like sore. And that's the difference. Your back, everything is sore, and I haven't felt this sore, and I've been lifting heavy for months now. I mean, well, I'm not gonna say heavy, but moderately heavy for my body weight, for months now, and I haven't felt that tight. And I don't know, yesterday I felt really good. It was weird. I was telling my partner that, I haven't ran in months. I haven't done strides since summer, and yesterday it was like I hadn't missed a step. Mouth didn't open once during the entire exercise, the whole 30 minutes of HIIT cardio. The warm up, everything, mouth closed, only breathing through my nose the entire time. Yeah, so I mean, I'm recommending that HIIT cardio to anyone that's serious about getting chiseled. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna work. I mean, I'm guaranteed it's gonna work, as long as I don't suffer an injury or eat like a fool. I was, what is it? A pound is 454 grams. So I woke up 0.4 pounds lighter today. And I'll do the best I can to keep you guys abreast of that stuff, like the weight and whatnot, because that stuff's important. Seeing the weight coming off and me sharing the weight. I really don't want to share my weight right now because it's kind of a waste of time. Once I start getting some gains and I get to the weight that I want to be at, then I'll start sharing the weight. But right now I don't want to share the weight. It's actually an embarrassment. You know, I did a dirty bulk. Well, dirty in comparison to how I eat. You know, which, you know, it wouldn't be considered dirty to most people. It's just I added in a few things that I usually don't eat, but I wouldn't really necessarily call it dirty. I was just eating more carbohydrates, but they were clean carbs. But, you know, as an endomorph, you're gonna put on weight fast eating carbohydrates, so you gotta watch that stuff, as I've said. You know, now I'm really watching and I'm backloading, and I'm introducing not eating after a certain time. Again, it's been difficult to do that because, especially yesterday, going into the next day where you're running fasted and then you're lifting fasted several hours later after that. It's great for fat burning, but you need to have some fuel in the tank, at least a little bit, you know. So what I want to talk quickly about today was, you know, making sure that you are taking the time to write down your entire strategy. Strategy building and building a program is very difficult, but you have to write everything down. I know that it gets meticulous. I know that it gets boring. I know that people don't like to write everything down, but you have to write down everything. You have to write down your workouts. You have to write down your weight. You know, I suggest keeping track of, you know, like a body part measurement every 10 days, you know, and taking your body fat every 10 days as well. But you definitely have to write down the weight every day. You definitely have to write down your workout progressions every day. You definitely have to write down that you ran on certain days, that you walked on certain days. For me, that I freeboarded on certain days. When before my back started taking a nosedive again, when I was training with my students, I wrote down when I trained jiu-jitsu. You know, and it's weird because, man, even when I was training jiu-jitsu, when I was training jiu-jitsu with my students for several months before my back started like acting up again because of the rotation issues, I lost a lot of weight just doing jiu-jitsu because your body's in so many, like, you know, weird and, you know, and crazy angles and positions, and, you know, you're using your body, and I wasn't even sparring or anything. I was just doing, you know, technical movement with my students, you know, teaching, showing them, working with them, playing dummy, you know, affecting technique on them, showing them the specifics of the techniques. But I mean, I lost 32 pounds doing that only, and some walking in like 3 months. Now my diet was, you know, it was a little radical, and you know, that's not the process I'm doing right now. As I've said before, the process that I'm going after right now is a pound per week, but I'm writing everything down. That is the cornerstone of my progression and success, because I can go back and say, okay, last week I didn't lose a pound because of these different things. You know, you got to write down your food. You got to write down everything, man. You know, and there's going to be videos where I'm going to be saying the same stuff. Sorry, that's the way it is. I believe in Greg O'Gallagher's philosophy of, you know, just beat it to death, you know, because in reality, this stuff is very basic once you get it down. We make it harder because of our behavior, our habits, you know, depression, you know, eating, emotional eating, all these different things that I can talk about, because I've been through all this stuff. I've had problems. I haven't had, you know, like happy all the time. And sometimes you start to eat and you start to do certain things because you have this lifestyle where, you know, things are going wrong, or you're not adapting, you know, emotionally to situations, and, you know, you really don't have like this mental clarity that one should have, you know, to deal with a particular situation. That's life. You know, no one's perfect. But that's why I'm saying I'm hoping that these videos and little keys to success that I am sharing with you folks will sooner or later isolate those things in your life that are the problem. Then you can grab that stuff and start to work on yourself and figure out how to overcome those different behaviors or habits or, you know, functions of your day-to-day life. It could be your environment. You know, you could not be able to do this because of where you live, who you're around. You know, maybe you're with a bad partner, maybe you have bad friends around you, or people that just continue to stress you out, and you've always been an emotional eater. Maybe that's why you eat crappy food. You know, I don't know. You know, you have to find those things within yourself. That's the reason I was saying yesterday, you have to write down the why you want to do this. You know, because when you inject these things into your subconscious mind, it starts to work on all this stuff, and then you, through over time and through research and improvement, start to have a higher level of understanding of your situation, your personal situation, and you start to have higher levels of mental clarity, which lead to you being able to regulate your food intake. You know, if you've always been heavy, which endomorphs usually have, and usually what I found is endomorphs are African American, not all, but a lot of us African Americans are endomorphs. Not all, but a lot. And then the diet that you grew up with, you know, parents didn't really have this, you know, information at their fingertips, the internet and all these other different things. That's how I found out about it. You know, I didn't know this stuff when I was a kid. I was just, you know, spinning my wheels. I've been spinning my wheels for years. Even when I had success, I was spinning my wheels, because the strategic manner in which I was going after these things was not based off of the true hormonal function in my body. It was based off of just, you know, little bits of information I was getting from everywhere, which in all reality, I could have done this stuff without punishing myself. I could have done it by like regulating the type of foods that affect my insulin levels, as I've told everyone on these videos, and just stayed active. Because really that's what it is. It's controlling insulin levels, monitoring your calorie intake, and staying active. That's really all that it is. It's just all this other stuff that, you know, makes it much more difficult. So write everything down. I know it's horrible. I know that it's, I know. I do it every day. But you have to write everything down. You have to track everything. One day you'll be in a position where you won't have to. When you're lean and chiseled and you've maintained it for a year, you probably don't have to write down stuff anymore, because all of it's probably second nature. You just know your body and you can feel all these different things. You may have to try, you will have to track your workouts if you're trying to get stronger, but you know, the diet and all that stuff, you probably won't have to. So the video's going like 13 minutes almost. I didn't really want it to go this long, but you know, I had a little more information on my mind today, and that I wanted to share from personal experience, and you know, just these little tidbits, because I know they're important. You don't have to think they're important, okay? I do this stuff because I want to do it. I don't do it because I'm expecting anyone to, you know, slap me on the back or anything like that. I have over 300 videos of me talking, I believe, on this thing, and a lot of them have 0 views. So obviously I am not driven by viewer count or likes or anything like that. I'm self-motivated, always have been. So expect the videos to continue coming. I love doing these videos where I talk about this health stuff, because as I've said before, it's second nature. It keeps me out of that realm of thinking about, you know, negative stuff. This is positive. This is helping people. You know, I'm not saying that the other stuff wasn't helping people, but this stuff doesn't put me into like a thought process of, oh, you know, I've been through all this. I just don't like thinking about that stuff. I like thinking about happy stuff, positive stuff. I like thinking about my family, and just being, you know, level-headed every day, and able to read and research and gather information and grow my mind, grow my career, and keep this journey going towards having that healthy physique, lean chisel physique, as an endomorph that I always talk about. Happy Tuesday.